Hey everyone, how are you? I hope we're ready. I'm just double checking that I got nothing playing in the background because I rebooted the entire computer. We had some net issues. It kept telling me that my upload was not fast enough, and I was like, "What do you mean it's not fast enough? I have a gigabyte or whatever connection." So it was telling me like I couldn't stream video. How are you all? Good to see you. What a day. Hey DJ, good to see you. Angela, I hope you enjoy the thumbnail. That is for you. Maria is here. By the way, I had a lot of people forwarding me stuff from Mel. Guys, me and Mel, we're not friends. I know we're two male YouTubers or whatever, but we're not mates, and I don't know him. I can't help him. I'm sorry. I mean, if he wants my help, I'll help him, but we don't know each other. So, as kind as that is, and as sweet as that is, I have no idea what's going on in his life, and uh, we don't know each other. So, I can't help. So I don't know what's going on. I have no idea, but I wish him the best. I really do. I wish he's whatever's going on is okay, and he's been through some crazy shit over the last 2 years. So hope he's okay. Sorry, I had to address that because I got like 50 emails from people like, "Oh, Mel this, Mel that." I'm like, I don't know him. I mean, he's a cool dude and all. I wish I knew him, but I don't know him. Flying DJ, how are you, buddy? He says technical difficulties at the studio. Do not adjust your set. No, don't adjust your set. These colors are on purpose. Andrew says weather is crazy in the USA. Last night was pretty bad. Is it Barndall? Barndall, the place in Oklahoma, got absolutely obliterated by like a tornado direct hit. I was covering it on Twitter a little bit. Pretty bad. Some of the stuff in daylight just looks awful. I might have something I can show you while we get started. We have to run though. I can't because we're about 10 minutes late. I have to run to get everything done in time. But hold on, I might have one I can show you quickly. Yes, okay. Da, 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 da. Come on, StreamYard. Here's some video from this morning from a helicopter going over the area. It just looks like you can't even tell which is houses, which are not. What happened there? Apparently, there's like broken gas lines and stuff out there. It's pretty bad. So I hope everyone out there is okay. And then today in Ohio Valley, there was a whole bunch of things going on in Illinois, and there's tornadoes everywhere. It's crazy. All right. Oh, did I say hello to everyone? Hey, Moonlight View, Marilyn Landis, good to see you. Angela, Lynn D's here. Hey, Lynn D. Sharon's here. Marjorie, Moon Shadow, Gambler, Lynn D. Yeah, that's right. Ikidmel. Yeah, I don't know him. So I had some people forward me stuff, something about, I don't know what's going on, but something, but we're not mates. So yeah, I will turn the camera on. Give me 2 minutes. I just got started. Yeah, all right. I think we said hello to most people. All right, now let's get set up. Oh, you guys. Let me get set up. We're gonna do this one first. All right. So 911 call got released in the Mica. Mica, am I saying it right this time? Probably not. I always get things wrong. Uh, this got released earlier today, 7 hours ago. I'm going to play it for you while I get everything else set up. Have a listen to this.
And what's the address of your emergency?
Hi, are you able to trace the location of my phone?
Let me see. You don't know where you're at?
In National Park.
What's the phone number you're calling me from?
843-655-5242.
Where's the park located at?
In Bear Bluff.
Let's see.
I have my location on, I think, on my phone. Find my phone is on. I just did my my location.
Okay, I'm showing Hold on 1 second. I don't think you are in Robeson County. Are you at the Lumber River State Park?
Yeah, that's where I am.
Okay. Tell me what's happened.
I'm about to kill myself, and I just want my family to know where to find me.
Look, I'm going to stop it there. That's basically the gist of it. It's her calling the cops to give her location where people could find her remains after, you know, apparently what happened. It's really not very nice. But there is some more information here if I can pull it up. Unfortunately, let me find it. Sorry, I got this because we had to reboot just before we jumped on. I lost all my tabs. I wish they would just come back up when I reloaded. Give me a second, Roberts County. All right, here. All right, they released a statement along with this 911 tape, and they were saying the death investigation that has tugged on the hearts of people across the nation has been ruled a S word. I can't say it, else we'll get smacked by YouTube. The decision was based on surveillance footage, interviews, physical evidence, and the examination of the North Carolina Medical Examiner's Office on Saturday, April 27, 2024 at approximately 2:54 p.m. Robeson County E911 Communication Center received a 911 call from a female. The caller asked the dispatcher if her phone could be located. We just heard that. That's what you heard on that audio. Because she was going to, remove herself from this planet, and wanted her family to be able to find her body. During the conversation with the dispatcher, the caller hung up on the phone and the dispatcher was unable to contact the caller. The dispatcher was able to find the location of the caller and dispatched a deputy to the location. The deputies contacted the Lumber River State Park superintendent. Upon their arrival at the park, the deputies and state rangers conducted a search of the area for the victim. The search was aided by the sheriff's office drone. During the investigation, a black Honda Accord with South Carolina registration was located in the parking lot at the state park. The investigators confirmed that the vehicle belonged to Mica Miller of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Investigators located a 6-hour gun case in the passenger's seat of the vehicle and a box of ammunition in the center console of the vehicle. Investigators also found the receipt for the handgun from a pawn shop and a receipt from a convenience store in the vehicle. Both receipts were dated the same day of her death, April 27, 2024. During the search of the park for the 911 caller, investigators were approached by an individual who had found a bag near the water's edge with an identification belonging to Miller. The individual stated that he heard someone crying and a gunshot while he was fishing, so he must have heard it, went looking for what the hell was going on, and only found the bag at the time. The law enforcement continued the search, and E911 received a call from an individual who stated that a body had been located in the water. Law enforcement responded to the location and contacted the North Carolina Medical Examiner's Office upon locating the deceased. The victim was identified as Mica Miller. The 6-hour 9mm handgun was located in the water at the crime scene during the search of the area. The serial number on the weapon matched the gun box that was found in her Honda. During the investigation, Miller's phone and other personal belongings were located. A search of Miller's phone revealed that she conducted a Google search for national parks near me, and the Lumber River State Park location was provided to her. The investigation also revealed that she and her husband, or estranged husband, John Paul Miller, had been separated and were involved in the legal system. This information led investigators confirming the whereabouts of Miller and a female that he is allegedly romantically involved with. Investigators were able to confirm that both individuals were not in North Carolina on the night before and the day of Miller's death. Investigators learned through interviews that John Paul Miller was at an athletic event in Charleston on the day of her death. John Miller's vehicle was observed traveling on Highway 17 bypass in Horry County at 2:22 p.m. on April 27, 2024. The investigators confirmed that John Miller was accompanied while traveling to and from the event. So he has an alibi, is what they're trying to say. There's a whole bunch more here. I'm not going to go through it all, but what I will show you is that they do have quite a lot of evidence. Like they have this, I think this is from the pawn shop where she purchased the weapon. This is where she purchased that 6-hour 9mm gun, and I think she also got the ammunition. And this is another CCTV of her car stopping at this convenience store slash I guess it's fuel. And there's another one of her car. Is that her car? Yep. And just they have a lot of evidence. It is a very sad case. I don't know where you go from here. I know there's a lot of people who think there's more ulterior motives on this, and if there is more, I guess we'll find out. But the police seem to have their own, conclusion that they're going with. And here you can see, I guess this is her phone. It shows you where she went, dropped pin, Southport. She went from Dick's Pawn Superstore in Myrtle Beach. And there you go, some more CCTV. And then I'm going to play you.
Robeson County 911.
Hey,
What's the address of your emergency?
thanks for that. I'm not going to play much more about it. It is really horrible. It's really sad. There's a couple more videos out there of her talking about abuse and things like that. I'm not going to play them. I read out the transcripts last night, but after the show last night, I was able to locate the videos for it. But I will put them on my Twitter in case people do want to listen to it. I know for some people who have had, issues with this type of thing, this is a very hard subject for us to talk about. So I don't want anyone to feel worse than they do today. But look, I have to go with what the police are saying. This is what we do on this channel. I use the media that I have, and right now, this is what the county sheriff is saying that they think happened. Hey, it doesn't mean things can't change in the future, but they seem to have been able to track her fairly well. And they seem to be able to say that her estranged husband wasn't even in town at the time. So I don't know what you guys want me to do with it. I got a lot of people messaging me last night saying, this is definitely a conspiracy ping. It's definitely the estranged husband. You have to look into it. I mean, I also thought it was weird what he said at the church. I mean, you would have heard that on the Late Show last night. I definitely thought it was weird, but hey, weird doesn't always mean something suspicious. Did he drive her to do this? Maybe. I mean, that's possible. We've had people charged with crimes for driving people to do this. We've had several in the last, how many years did we have those court cases of people who encourage people to do this type of activity? We've had a few where people have been charged after the fact because, from peer pressure. There's one that was more like peer pressure or like relationship abuse and things like that. So you never know where the investigation may go, right? We'll see. Flower Child says her buying the gun shows why they have a 24-hour waiting period until you can pick it up. Well, it didn't help. Did she wait 24 hours? I don't see that information on here. I mean, I only found out about this story yesterday myself. So, let me have a look. I do want to read this out down here. The sheriff's office says, unfortunately, rumors and conspiracy theories were spreading quickly and assumptions were being made. However, in the end, we must make decisions based on the facts and evidence that has been gathered. While I know it's not what many people wanted to hear, the evidence is quite clear and compelling, and we are as saddened as anyone that this has occurred. There are many factors that we have to review that occurred over an extended period of time that are probably related to the reasons for the investigation, but in the end, Sadly, a tragic decision was made by her to, to do what she did. So that's what they're saying right now. They're saying that this incident has garnered much attention from across the Carolinas and beyond. I want to assure everyone that a methodical investigation was conducted by our criminal investigations team and crime scene investigations team. They're saying that, they're sending their condolences to her family and friends. Okay, I guess we can have a look at a bit of the timeline here too. It says at 11 a.m. she was observed on her Ring camera arriving at her residence in Myrtle Beach, SC. At 11:38 a.m. she was observed on the Ring camera leaving her residence. At 12:12 p.m. she is observed on store surveillance walking into the pawn shop in Myrtle Beach. A couple minutes after that, or a minute after that, she is observed at the register initiating a purchase of a weapon. At 12:34, she is observed leaving the pawn shop after purchasing a weapon and ammunition. At 1:06, her black Honda is observed traveling on Highway 501 near 4 Mile Road, Conway, South Carolina. At 1:27 p.m., her black Honda is observed at 41 Grocery and Grill, which is located in Mullins, South Carolina. At 1:35 p.m., Miller is observed leaving the store after purchasing a drink and some gas. So she did purchase petrol, yep. And then at 2:54 p.m., about an hour and 20 minutes later, she called the Robeson County from Lumber River State Park. It's 32.7 miles from the 41 Grocery and Grill. So it's about 32 miles away. So that's why the distance of about an hour and a half. Maybe she was also looking. Hold on, guys. Hold on. All right, sorry about that. I had to tell someone that you have to be careful because there's like photo frames and stuff here, and there's like reflections, and someone was doing something. I had to tell him, you probably should go into the other room. Yeah, her husband was a pastor. We played a video last night. I can show it to you again if you'd like to see it. I'll keep my crazy comments from yesterday to myself. I got some hate for that last night. People are like, Ping, you talk nonsense all the time. Why do you talk such crap on your live stream? And I'm like, I was angry. I was like, I hated what he said. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. If I can find it again. Okay, maybe I can't. I don't think I have it, unfortunately. It's not in any of my links. If you want to see it, it was on yesterday's Late Show. If you want to see her husband, what he said about her death to the congregation and things like that, it's on yesterday's live show. I just don't have it on me. Yeah, that video that we played last night, it is horrible. Like I don't know. I mean, I get when you move on from someone and it's a horrible breakup or whatever, even if you're the perpetrator, you may not have any or a whole lot of love for that person at that time. But when they pass away, doesn't that reassess your thinking of how you treat that person or think about them? Even if you are in a bad situation with them, wouldn't you be like, man, I spent like so many years with this person. Maybe I should treat them with a little respect. I don't know. To me, that's the way I think about it. And I think the way he addressed it to the congregation was, I don't know, tacky, wrong, something. You guys come up with a word, but I'm sure you understand my feelings. What did Angela say? Yeah, what he said, I told you guys, I'll give you guys the quick rundown of it. He basically told his congregation, he's like, oh, you all know she's crazy, right? Like, yeah, she's crazy. She just, offed herself. And I was like, that's a really sensitive way of putting it. What a heartfelt tribute to your ex-wife or estranged wife. What a lovely thing to say. Could have just said like, "Hey man, like I'm going through a hard time. Appreciate the congregation's support during this tragic incident and so sad to lose her from my life or something. Like, who gives a stuff what you actually feel inside? Just say something nice about her in front of the congregation. She was there and helped you or whatever. I don't know. That's only my opinion, guys. Maybe you guys feel differently. He was married with children, met her when she was 14. That says a lot, doesn't it? Is he married 3 times? Yeah. Yeah, I wish I could find it. I just don't know where I got it from yesterday. Let me have a look. Mm, let me have a look. I'll have a quick look in my history. Hold on. It might be under his name. Hold on. John Paul. No, I don't have it. I don't know where I got it from. I don't know where we found it last night. Unfortunately, if you do want to see it, you can see it on yesterday's video. I'll just check one more place and see if it's there. No, I don't know. No idea. If anyone wants to send it to me, I'll play it. But John Miller. I'll try one more thing. Let's see if it's on this link up here. Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, I found it. Yeah, we can watch it quickly.
We're not going to do an altar call today. Instead, I'm going to have you stand up and I'm going to make an announcement. And after the announcement, I'm going to ask that you leave church quietly and don't talk about the announcement here in the building, please, if you can. So y'all can stand to your feet. Before I make the announcement, I also want to say that my request to you is that you will continue to come to church and serve and give for the next, little bit. 'Cause I don't want to have, I'm taking a little bit of a break and I don't want to have to worry about the church. My break may be a few days, a few weeks. I don't know. I got a call late last night. My wife has passed away. And yeah, it was self-induced, and it was up in North Carolina. And we're gonna have a funeral for her next Sunday here at 3 p.m. And so it's all I can. Yeah, I'm just kind of going on adrenaline right now. So y'all pray for me and my kids and everybody. And she wasn't. Y'all knew that she wasn't well mentally, and that she needed her medicine that was hard to get to her. And so I'm sure there'll be more details to come. But just keep our family in your prayers. And I'm going to let Pastor Randall, Bishop, he can pray. I get a microphone. He'll pray.
Sorry, guys, I had to do something very quickly. There you go. You heard it. I mean, not what I would say. Not what I would say if my it's whatever you want to call it, a strange wife. I don't know what the word is, but not what I would say to people that whatever. It's an awful thing to say. Like, hey, you all knew she was mental, right? Yeah, she was mental, needed lots of medication. She's a bit of a crazy person. I mean, I don't know, guys. I think it's very cold. It's for someone you spent a lot of time with. You know, things change in death, right? Even if you had like some sort of bad situation going on, I mean, you're a forward-facing person to this church, right? You could just say something. You don't even have to be nice, like super nice about it. He could have just stopped at that front bit, right? He did that first bit, and he was just like, I'm going through a bad time. We're gonna have a funeral for her. It's very sad or whatever. Just stop right there. That's it. If you don't want to say something heartfelt about it, fine, but just stop there. And then you don't have to leave that other crap at the end. Oh, I'm going on adrenaline. Who cares, buddy? Just stop. That's all I mean. Yeah, right. Just leave it at that first bit. That first bit was fine. Could have just said, hey, we're having a funeral for her next week. It was unexpected. That's it. I'm leaving. Anyways, we got more to go on. Hey, I just wanted to bring you that because that was released overnight while I was asleep. I think it paints a picture as sad as it is. We'll see what happens with the investigation. Like I said, we have had people that have been charged for certain things later on. If people think that's where this should go, I understand. I get it. I've seen some of the other, videos and things like that. We'll see. I think this is possibly like the first step. They're going to just find out how she passed away. Doesn't mean things can't happen later. It just means they have to make a determination on this right now. And then maybe they will do something else later on. We'll see what happens. Nana says, a narcissist. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I have someone leaving, so I had to talk to them for a second. I don't, I don't subscribe to that way of thinking. I mean, she also said I'm not blaming her or anything. I just said I noticed from the way she spoke too, she had some of these beliefs as well. I don't know how deeply rooted they were or whatever, but I noticed in her speaking, she talked about a couple of these subjects too. What religion are they? I have no idea. Let's have a look. Sorry, I literally started looking at this yesterday when someone sent it to me, so I'm behind the 8 ball on it. Very far behind. So listen to Ping with all his crap information. Let me see. I know it says here what his congregation is. It's called Solid Rock Church. What is the friggin' Solid Rock Church? Let's have a look. I'm guessing it's some sort of Christianity. It won't even let me access the site. They've got a block on people from outside the US. I can't access it. What kind of church is Solid Rock? What denomination is Solid Rock? Technically and historically, Solid Rock is a Southern Baptist church. Okay. They were originally established as a satellite campus for First Baptist Church of the White Settlement in 1982, before reconstituting as Solid Rock Baptist Church of Fort Worth in 1996, becoming independent. There you go. There's your answer. I've never heard of it, eh? Non-denominational. I have no idea, guys. There's two different answers here. There's another one that says it's a dynamic, cross-cultural, non-denomination place of worship where all are welcome and loved. I have no. That's what it's telling me on Google. I can't access their website, so guessing it's some offshoot of Christianity. That's what I'm guessing. Evangelical, possibly. Yeah, Maria says I'm here most nights for all the crap information. That's right. Be here for all the crap information. Angela says the friends have said it's basic grooming. Loads have left the church as there's a few pastors that are like him. I mean, if you're picking up 14-year-olds in youth group, maybe. All right. Hey, we got more to go, and I really have to run because I was late today, so we have to keep going. But hey, there'll be a late show tonight, so we can delve a little deeper into some of these things. That's what I do. The 9 o'clock show is just to sort of get you guys the headlines, and then later on, we pick a couple of things to really go a little deeper into and have a look at. I have one here. Really weird case. Well, not weird. I guess it happens fairly often. Student arrested after Georgia teen collapses and dies at school. Loved ones of a 15-year-old girl who collapsed and died inside an Atlanta high school this week said Tuesday that one of her classmates was arrested in connection to her death. Um, so her name is Mia. She died on Monday after going into cardiac arrest at Dunwoody High School, with first responders unable to revive her despite school authorities placing the campus on lockdown to facilitate medical attention to her. Now, from what I was reading, they're saying it could be a fentanyl thing. Yeah. Here from the GoFundMe, it says, unfortunately, we lost our sister Mia to the epidemic of fentanyl laced drugs bought from someone at her school. And they're saying they arrested someone over it. I mean, fentanyl in a high school. I mean, I know I've seen the ads on American telly, right? We've all seen the have you guys seen that ad on American television where they're like ex drug dealers talk to school students and the kid's like, how can you tell a real pill from a fake pill? And she's like, well, you can't. They might all have fentanyl in them. You guys seen that ad? Yeah, I see it when I watch American telly too. It says here, we unfortunately lost our sister Mia to the epidemic of fentanyl-laced drugs bought from someone at her school. Mia was a loving and caring person who had a bright future ahead of her, with plans of enlisting in the military to help out at home. It brings us great pain to family and friends, and she will be greatly missed. In a post announcing an arrest, Pamela said her family is pleased to be getting justice for my baby sister. She told Fox 5 that she received a call from authorities between noon and 1 p.m. Monday, telling her that her sister was being rushed to hospital and wasn't breathing good. DeKalb County School District confirmed to 11 Alive that a juvenile was arrested in connection to the death and is facing involuntary manslaughter and reckless conduct charges. The school's principal, Tom Bass, wrote in a letter to students and families on Monday that the tragedy played out while many students were taking end-of-year exams. Was she stressed about like end-of-year exams and was like, hey, do you have a Xanax? And maybe she thought she was getting a Xanax and ended up being fentanyl? It says, Bass added, everyone reacts to death differently. Our priority is respecting each other's feelings and emotions. As a family, we encourage you to talk with your child about this incident to help them share their thoughts and reactions. How horrible. So I'll show you the photo. Here's a photo of her. And this is from her sister, apparently. What a beautiful young lady. How very tragic. Very tragic. Yeah, I need Reby gave me a VPN and I haven't used it yet. And Reby will probably yell at me. She's like, I set it up for you. You just got to use it. So I should probably use it. Yeah, maybe ADHD. Maybe she thought she needed something to study or do the test or something. Fentanyl. I know that stuff is a awful thing, right? I know. Very pretty. Could have been a, one of those fashion girls, model girls. Very, very good looking lady. Yeah, what a horrible thing. Fentanyl. Seems to be everywhere, that stuff. Let me see if I can find anything. I was trying to find out where the GoFundMe was to see if there was more information. Let me see. Here. All right. So they've almost raised their target. The target was 20 grand to help with the funeral. I think that's very kind of the community to give some money. They said on May 6th, they lost our sister Mia to the epidemic of fentanyl-laced drugs bought from someone in the actual school. They said they would love to raise money to give her a proper send-off in a funeral that will be announced at a later time. They said anything helps. That's very sweet of them. So no one's left any messages, or we can't see them. I don't know. Maybe they've hidden them for only for people who sign in. But yeah, what a horrible thing to happen at a school. Maybe she was cramming for studies or something. I don't know what kids do these days. Back in my day, we used to just smoke cigarettes and smoke weed behind the tool shop. That's about it. And ADHD drugs weren't. They were sort of a thing in in college, but not in high school. More in college. All right. So there's that. I'm very young to die of fentanyl. I mean, I'm sure there's even people who are younger. And I wonder if you people heard about the Panera thing today. I'm going to show you this. I find this very interesting.
Charged lemonade. That's after lawsuits blamed the highly caffeinated drink for at least 2 deaths. A spokesperson for the restaurant chain today saying the nationwide discontinuation of the charged lemonade comes after a recent menu transformation. Panera says a large charged lemonade with ice has about 302 milligrams of caffeine. That's roughly 3 to 4 cups of coffee, according to the FDA. NBC News medical fellow Dr. Akshay Syal joining us now. Akshay, good to see you. Obviously, there's a such thing as having too much caffeine, right? As an avid coffee drinker, I understand that. But at what level does it become dangerous, and what does it do to your body?
Hey, Aaron, good to see you. Yeah, so the FDA has a limit, really a guideline, what most adults in this country should follow, Aaron, and it's about 400 milligrams of caffeine. Now, this isn't a magic number, right, Aaron? So if you're at 399 versus 401, there's not going to be that much of a difference. And I think really the key here, Aaron, is people just need to listen to their body. So some side effects of having too much caffeine, you can start to get, really fidgety, really anxious. You can start to have a headache. You feel maybe some palpitations. You can see there on your screen some muscle tremors, really in severe cases. So, Aaron, I think the key takeaway here is really just to listen to your body. You don't need to necessarily, just hit 400 and stop, and you don't necessarily need to, just get super worried if you're a little bit over that, but just really listen to your body and watch for those signs that we listed.
Yes, watch for the signs that he listed, including just random dying. I mean, that's what I often watch out for. If I randomly die, I then go, maybe I shouldn't do that again. Maybe I'll drink only 1.5 cups next time, not 2. It's a bad side effect. You've got to watch out for it. But yeah, Panera. Apparently, a Rhode Island woman filed a lawsuit in January claiming she received permanent cardiac injuries after drinking charged lemonade. Yeah, all right. Good luck to you. Good luck to your lawsuit. Says here, they listened to more than 30,000 guests about what they wanted from Panera and are focusing on the broader array of beverages we know our guests desire, ranging from exciting on-trend flavors to low sugar and low caffeine options. So they're like, we're going to go from the highest caffeine to the lowest caffeine. Charged lemonade contains up to 390 milligrams of caffeine per 30 ounces, or about 4 times what is found in a normal cup of coffee. There are workout supplements that contain about that much caffeine. I know because I take supplements and I do work out. I don't take ones that have caffeine in it because I have a aversion to caffeine. I can have a little bit, but if I have a bit too much, it sets off my anxiety. So I don't tend to drink or have a lot of caffeine. Don't drink coffee, that type of thing. So I have to be careful with what supplements I take when working out. But I know there's some that have this type of, 200 milligrams, 300 milligrams, 400 milligrams of caffeine in it, especially things like pre-workout and stuff like that try to get you energetic for doing weights and stuff. So, I think it's like anything in life. You got to know the risks of the things that you put in your own body. You've got to have a look at what you're doing. And as long as it was displayed properly, maybe it wasn't, I don't know. As long as it said this is high caffeine, it has like your full daily limit or whatever in one big glass, I'm of the view that while I would prefer to see the recipe change so it's a little bit less, maybe half, hey, we're all free people and we should be allowed to make the choices that we can, right? This is the way I feel about certain topics in life, and I would be a hypocrite if I said about this particular drink, oh, they should take it off the market, it's so dangerous, because it would make me a hypocrite in other topics that I think we should have free choice about. So I think, you could sell it, but you need to have big warnings and, make sure everyone knows that it's got like 400 milligrams and how much of a day that is and crap like that. Right. So there's people that drink down coffee like it's water. I know there's people. I have friends, older people, like they're in their 60s, 70s. They drink like 10 cups of coffees a day. I'm like, how do you drink so much caffeine? They're like, oh, I've been doing it for 35 years. It keeps me healthy. And I'm like, all right, I couldn't do it. It'd kill me. Angela says I was a big coffee or Red Bull drinker until I got electrocuted. My heart's not the same now. Yeah, I don't know. I've never been big into caffeine, even when I was younger. It just sets off my anxiety like crazy. In the lemonade, it's 390 milligrams of caffeine in 30 ounces. So that's one of their big cups. But I think the problem that happened here is it's Panera allowed you to have free refills, right? So maybe that's where the problem was. People were like, I drank 1, I drank 2, I drank 5, I drank 7, going a little overboard and then getting a million doses of caffeine. A 30 fluid US ounces is equivalent to about just shy of 900 mil in Australian metrics. So just under a liter. Just under a liter. It's a fairly large drink. It's about a liter. Drink more coffee in winter. Hey, Juicy Jules, how are you, my sweet friend? It's good to see you. Yeah, I read that earlier today. Actually, DJ, you're here. I want to talk to you about something. By any chance, do you comment on the Daily Mail? I want to show you something. Is this you? I'm going to show you something. Let me see if I can find it. You guys want to see something very interesting? I want to see if I can grab this quickly and show DJ. What was it called? What do you call that thing where people put people to sleep on AMSR or whatever? There was a article on Mail Online, and it was about YouTubers or something that put people to sleep, and it's sort of like going to be this next big thing. There was a guy in the comments that said, I listen to an Australian guy who puts me to sleep every night. I can't listen to him until the morning because I always fall asleep during his show. And I was like, is that my show? They said, I don't want to name the show in these comments, but I listened to this Australian gentleman. And I was like, everyone tells me I put them to sleep late at night. I was like, is that DJ? Was it DJ on this comment? I swear to God, it was one of those weird moments. And I was like, holy crap, are they talking about my show? I'll see if I can find it. Hold on a second. I was just browsing the comments and it was like, wow, what the hell? Let me see. It was yesterday. Let's have a look. Da, 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 da. Shut down stores. Da, da. I don't think I can find it. That's such a shame. If I do find it, I'll take a screenshot and put it on Twitter. Because I was freaked out when I saw it. Actually, I might have it in my photos. Hold on, let me check. I think I did take a screenshot of it. Because I was going to send it to DJ this morning and I forgot. Let me see. No, I must not have. I'll try track it down. If I can track it down, I'll show you guys on the late show. But it was one of those weird moments where I was like, are they talking about me? That's so strange. It's like, what other Australian guys puts people to sleep late at night? And I was like, damn, it's one of those weird looking in the mirror moments. Yeah, I can't find it. It was some article about, I think it was about putting people to sleep on YouTube. It was in the Daily Mail yesterday. ASMR or whatever they call it. And people in the comments were saying, oh, this show puts me to sleep and that. Ping wants more subs, so name away. Yeah, we're almost getting close to that 1,000 subscribe. So it wasn't you. Wonder who it is then. Maybe it's not about me, but it was just one of those weird things. It was just one of those weird things where I had like a moment. I was like, are they talking about me? Because so many people put in my comments like, oh, I listen to you to fall asleep every night, Ping. Your words make me fall asleep. And I was like, ah, okay. All right, let's go to the next story. I'll find it on the late show. I'll bring it to you. I'll go through all my history when we're out of here, and I'll bring it to you. All right. All right, this one's pretty good. It's not the one I was going to do, but this one's pretty good. All right. So we're going to go to Dayton. I'm guessing that's Ohio. Could be a different Dayton. It says here, police chief, more charges expected after Kettering man's legs found in Trotwood. Deceased son is charged with gross abuse of corpse and tampering with evidence. It says more charges are expected in the investigation of a Kettering man whose remains were found in a storage unit and a tarp in Trotwood last month. Kettering police Christopher Chip Prossman said homicide charges may be filed in the case, but declined to say if he thinks those charges would be against the man's son or another suspect. Edgar S. Kida Jr. was arraigned in Kettering Municipal Court Monday morning in a video appearance on 1 count of gross abuse of corpse and 3 counts of tampering with evidence. He did not enter a plea or speak during court. Federal Judge Frederick Dressel continued the $1 million bond placed on him after he was charged last week following discovery of body parts belonging to his 75-year-old father, Edgar Sr. Dressel set a preliminary hearing date for Friday, but he said the Keita case is expected to go directly to Montgomery County grand jury. Protzman said he doesn't expect additional charges to be filed against Keita prior to grand jury meeting on Thursday. The investigation is ongoing, and police are still seeking others they think were involved in the case. Others in killing his father? It says Protzman's declined to identify the others or what role they believe to have had in the death of his father, or the disposal of his remains. What the hell? So he cut up his dad. And here, on April 22nd, the police responded to the 7500 block of Old Dayton Road after a man texted Montgomery County Regional Dispatch that human legs had been found in trash bags at the end of his driveway. Yeah, I often walk out of my driveway and I'm like, not again. Who keeps putting legs in my driveway? And it says here, officers met with a resident and found a white tarp that smelled to be a deceased human with flies around the bag. Oh. The remains were identified as Edgar Kida Sr. using a serial number from a knee replacement surgery. God. Witnesses told investigators his son was at Old Dayton Road address the night before the legs were found, according to the municipal court records. On April 26, Kettering police helped Trotwood officers search the father's apartment in the 4500 block of Croftshire Drive. Carpet had been pulled up from the apartment, and there was an area where it looked as though bleach had been poured, according to police records. That's never a good thing. Investigators also reportedly recovered a tarp, rope, a saw, and saw blades as evidence. I mean, that's horrible. They said investigators found more body parts and other items from the apartment while searching a storage unit in the 1700 block of Gunther Avenue on Dayton Trotwood border. The body parts were in bags that matched the bag the legs were found in, according to court records. The person who rented the storage unit was the son, asked them to reserve it in their name, according to an affidavit. Bloodstained carpet from the apartment was also found in a garage behind the son's Ernest Avenue house in Dayton. The garage didn't belong to him, but he asked the owner if he could store items there. Yeah, I often ask people if I can store my murder items, at their place. It's the smartest thing you can do as a murderer. They don't find it on you, they have no proof. Keep all your murdering items somewhere else, at someone else's property. Just sneak it in, tell them you hit a deer and you want to keep your blood-soaked equipment at their place because your place is too small to keep this type of stuff. There you go. That's how you do it. Keita Jr. has multiple aggravated drug possession convictions in Montgomery County Common Pleas Court. He was also convicted of resisting arrest and obstructing official business in 2021. Seems he has a bit of a background. It says Dressel said a public defender would be appointed for the son. The gross abuse of corpse charge is a 5th-degree felony, while the tampering counts are 3rd-degree felonies, according to police. If convicted, he would face a maximum sentence of up to a year in prison and a $25,000 fine. A $2,500 fine, and up to 3 years in prison and a $10,000 fine on each of the latter charges. What the hell? Does this have a video? We have to watch it, and then we have to see how many names I pronounced wrong. No, that's not a video. Okay. Don't you hate that? You're like, look, it's a play button. Make it play. All right, let me see if I can find anything about this dude. If he cut up his dad, are they just like not sure that he actually killed him? Or are they like he died naturally and then he just went, yeah, let's just cut him up instead of giving him a funeral? Let's see. I hate this now that you can't get into certain websites from Australia. Let me see if the Charlotte Observer has anything. Yeah, it was definitely Dayton, Ohio. So at least he had the, he said an Ohio man was arrested after authorities said his father's dismembered body parts were found in 2 separate towns. Yeah. It all unfolded for police over a 12-day period. Ay, ay, ay. I think this has a lot of the similar. Yeah. But no charges in relation to the father's death at all. Just charges in the actual dismembering the body and getting rid of it. Oh, Flying DJ says Jenny Allison was late for class and has to stay after class to write on the chalkboard. All right, get the chalk out, Missy. You're going to do 50 lines after class, not of cocaine, but of chalk on a chalkboard, and then you can go do after school activities. Okay. Juicy Jules, listen, this dog, my wife, he been playing with new lady blonde. Okay. Juicy Jules says, we all a bit cray-cray to live in this world. Yeah, that is right. That is right. We're all a bit crazy to live in this world. All right. I have a small... Yeah, we got time. I have a small update about from the brothers and their friend who were murdered in Mexico. Their parents spoke out overnight, and they've done a very quick message to people, and I'm going to play that for you.
We have been overwhelmed with the outpouring of emotions and support that we have received for Callum and Jake. We know that they were truly loved and impacted many people's lives. Now it's time to bring them home to family and friends. Shine brighter and love harder in their memory. Thank you.
My birthday, I'ma spend my money. It's my birthday.
So it's a very quick message, but they did address people. I mean, what more can you say? So their sons are Callum Robinson, 33, and his 30-year-old brother Jake were traveling with their American friend Jack Carter Road. He was 30 in the Baja California region when they disappeared on April 27th. The three men's remains were found at the bottom of a well on Saturday, about 2 kilometers from where they had been scheduled to stay at an Airbnb. Each had a single gunshot wound to the head. Now, I've seen some stuff come out overnight that apparently the whole story about they wanting to steal the tires off the truck is incorrect. And apparently, they do believe it may be cartel related. Apparently, single gunshot to the head is apparently a very typical cartel way of killing people. Look, I don't know, but apparently that is what some people are saying. They're saying the idea about stealing tires is just a cover story, not to alarm tourists from coming to Mexico, but that might be true too. I have no idea. But this is what people are commenting in the media down here, saying that it doesn't make any sense because you could literally steal the tires off the truck while they are sleeping, and they would have no idea. You could just jack up the truck, take the tires, put it on bricks or the ground. They'd wake up in the morning, and go, "Hey, our tires are gone." Like they would never know. So why would you need to kill them? It didn't make a lot of sense to people who have been investigating these type of cases before. Juicy Jill says, "What supplements you take, Ping, like protein, vitamin C, iron?" Yeah, so I do protein powder like every day, just once. Supposed to do it twice, but I do it once. I can't stomach it twice. It's so much and it's so heavy. And then multivitamin, powder, stuff like that. But yeah, try to eat a bit more red meat as well. Xanax or soft gummies melatonin? Are you suggesting you take them at the same time or one or the other? So you can either have a Xanax or you can have a soft gummies melatonin. I don't have any problem sleeping. I sleep like a log. Every night I just like what? How many sheep was that? And I'm out. I don't have any problem sleeping. I'm lucky. Although I do get spells of insomnia and I'll stay up like very late, 5, 6 a.m. in the morning, but they seem to come and go. I seem to have them sometimes and not other times, and sometimes I'm too tired and sometimes I'm wide awake. But when I can sleep, I'm pretty good. Jojo says if the cartel wants your truck, you should give it to them. That's what I said. I was like, don't fight people, just give it to them. It's probably insured. Just let them have it. Report it to your insurance and the police and just be like, lucky I got out of there. But we don't know what happened. That theory that they fought them it's just a theory. a game theory. No. It's not a game theory. Angela says, I have fruit melatonin. I only take it sometimes, but I just don't sleep well. Yeah. Hey, Evil Alaska. How are you? Where was this? In Alaska. AK Alaska, right? Was a drug HT cartel from Cali all the way up here in Alaska. I've heard some pretty bad stuff happens in Alaska when people from out of town tend to get up there. They tend to do some pretty bad things. All right, we've got a little bit more time. I have some more about our mushroom lady. Do you want to hear about it? Let's show you what the TV in Australia has been talking about since last night. Where is it? Yeah. So ABC finally did an update. Thanks, ABC. And I'm going to show it to you.
Accused killer Erin Patterson has formally pleaded not guilty to murdering 3 people and has elected to have her case fast-tracked to a Victorian Supreme Court trial. She was charged over the alleged mushroom poisoning of 3 guests who ate a beef Wellington at her home last year. Court reporter Christian Silver has more from Melbourne. Hi, Christian. What happened in court today?
Good afternoon, Ros. Well, from a legal perspective, a pretty significant development in the sense that Erin Patterson formally entered not guilty pleas to 3 counts of murder and 5 counts of attempted murder. It's not a huge surprise given Erin Patterson had previously declared her innocence, but of course it's always good when a person formally puts it on the record in the courtroom. In terms of what happened in the room today, Erin Patterson was beamed into the courtroom via video link. And the magistrate actually went through each of the charges and asked her to formally declare her position. And to each of those, she said, "Not guilty, Your Honour." In terms of the background to this story, I'm sure many people know it all centres on this lunch which happened at Erin Patterson's house in July last year. 4 guests attended. They were extended relatives of Erin Patterson's, and they ate beef Wellington which had mushrooms inside. Police alleged that those mushrooms were poisonous. 3 of the relatives, Don and Gail Patterson, died along with Heather Wilkinson, and Heather's husband, Ian Wilkinson, was the sole survivor of the lunch. But really, the key result from this hearing today is that the case will be fast-tracked, and it means that there'll be an outcome in this case quicker.
So when's the trial due to start?
Ros, that's a question we'd all love to know. What we do know is that this case will go to the Supreme Court for what's called a directions hearing on the 23rd of May, and that's when they'll start the timetabling process of figuring out when they can do this trial. Typically, when trials reach the Supreme Court, or when cases reach the Supreme Court, I should say, the trial takes about 6 to 18 months to organise. They have to go through things like formalising the witness lists. The judge has to decide what evidence can be ruled in or out. But ultimately, what this all means is that a jury, likely to be 12 people, 12 Victorian community members, will have the final say on Erin Patterson's innocence or guilt in this case.
And Christian, you're also providing updates on this case on your podcast, Mushroom Case Daily.
So I didn't even know he had a podcast. What's it called? Mushroom Case Daily. You guys can listen to it if you want. I will be there as soon as they announce when we're actually going to trial. Like he said, it could take a little bit of time. I thought we were going to go in 2 weeks. I was like, oh crap, we have to get stuff ready and I have to book stuff and I have to get out of here. But no, luckily, like I was trying to tell you yesterday, the date on the 23rd will not be reported on. It's just a directions hearing. It is basically there to formalize things, get all parties notified, witnesses, that type of thing, other people that legally need to know. And it's like a check-in hearing. They're basically going to be like, okay, you've never been to this court before. We're going to, like, where is this case going to go through the legal system? Oh, well, you need a trial. Okay, well, we're going to book one in. We're going to, oh, what dates, how long do we need? That's why they don't report on it, because it's mostly confidential information. But he said 6 to 18 months. I think it's going to be quicker than that. I think we're going to be in court by the end of the year. I think it's going to be sometime like, I still think September, October, something like that. September, November, somewhere in that arc. I just have a weird feeling, but hey, I'm not always right. I've been wrong before. Maybe we do it in 2025, but I know they were trying to avoid, at least prosecutors didn't want to have to wait till 2025. So if they were going to do it in 2025, they would have just kept it at Latrobe. So it doesn't make any sense to me why they would push it out to 2025. Sounds like they're going to try to get it at least scheduled for some of it this year. Be very interesting. I can't wait to go to the Supreme Court. It's going to be a very interesting way of covering it. And who knows who we'll meet when we go there. I do have a camera. I've got a portable microphone I can use. So you guys will have a great live stream. And yeah, we'll be outside the Supreme Court in Melbourne. I'm hoping I'll get to go in, but I've emailed the media advisor for the Supreme Court. I haven't heard anything back yet. Hopefully I hear back soon. They've probably got a million requests about this. We'll see. We'll see if I can get in. I'd like to, but there are very stringent rules we have to abide by down here. Won't be like law and crime and having like witnesses on and, giving your opinion about how the case is going. Can't do that. It literally has to be like word for word what happened that day. You have to be factual. Can report on what happened in court that day unless the judge tells you you cannot. That type of thing. So they're called death cap mushrooms. Death cap, they live all around the world, even in America. Death cap. They are basically everywhere, almost everywhere, I think, around the world. So you can see here, look, even in Ohio and, Europe, and so this is what they sort of look like. They look like these. They sort of look like a very tall stem with this yellowy greeny top. Can be white, can be brown. I think it can be a few different colors. So here's a sign people have. This is for Canada. For Canada, this is Poison Control Canada. They're saying poisonous mushrooms, don't make a deadly mistake. And these are death cap mushrooms. So here's a different life cycle of them. You can see the different way they look. And this is what she is accused of putting in that Wellington. She's accused of putting a death cap mushrooms in it. How that happened, we don't know yet. We're waiting to hear from court about their theory on how this all went down. And I think that's what a lot of people are waiting on. They really want to know what the prosecution's theory of how this all turned about. How did she try to kill her husband those 5 times or whatever? I think people are very interested. First time I heard it was yesterday that he was actually in a coma for a period of time from her alleged trying to murder him. A coma. That's insane. The fact that guy is still with us and walking around, really, really impressive. Great medical work by the medical team to keep him alive. So, yeah. Andrew, they're a very religious family. They're, like they've got close ties to the church. I don't know if it's got something to do with that, where it's sort of like a promise to God or something like that, and that's why he's still. I'm not sure. You would have to ask him. But I have seen that he was wearing it at one stage. I don't know if he's still wearing it after she was charged with attempted of his murder. I don't know, but I know that there were photos dating back last year when his parents first died, that he was pictured wearing it. But I don't know recently. But that's his choice. That's his personal, thing. Hope her children are okay. That's what I think. Yeah. So she tried to blame a couple of different places for it. I don't know. Like, if they were from a store, other people would have been sick because there's no guarantee that she would have taken every single bad one, right? So someone else would have got them, someone else would have cooked with them, and someone else would have died. But no one else died in that period from mushroom poisoning. So it can't have been from a store. It just can't have been. And yeah, I don't know. We'll find out when we hear what the prosecution has to say about it. That's what everyone's waiting on. They want to hear the outline for the charges. And his parents, yeah. We'll find out. We'll find out. It'll all come out in the wash, as they say. What time is it? It is 20 past 12. Hey, we better start winding down. I love you all so very much. I have the best channel in the world, the best viewers in the world, and it's a privilege to be here every day. I really appreciate it. That anyone comes out to my shows every day is a miracle, and it's going to be a fun few months, I think, for true crime. We're going to have some interesting cases to work on. But, we'll be back later this afternoon. About an hour and a half, 2 hours. Are you a night owl? Do you want to come hang out at midnight? Come hang out at midnight, or I think it's 10 o'clock or something. Western time, Central time, whatever it is. Look for the reminder in your YouTube. We'll be back on, and we're going to take a closer look at a couple of cases that we did tonight. And that's it. It's been a bit of a funny 9 o'clock show, I know. I hope any of my friends that are out there that are in any of the storm ravaged regions are doing okay. If you don't have power or whatever, I hope it gets resolved shortly. And yeah, I can show you this very quickly. This was earlier today in Ohio. Look at this. Big tornado. I think this is Ohio. I have to check, but look at that. Big dust cloud. It was a really one of the ones from today. And I can show you a little bit extra. Do I have anything from last night? Yes. This was the one that hit that town, Barnsdall. There's a photo of the, it's a nighttime photo of that tornado that hit Barnsdall last night, wiping out a bunch of the town and houses and things like that. Hope that town recovers and gets a lot of people who can help them and rebuild, and hope there's no more deaths. Last I heard there was one person who died. That's very sad. We hope for 0 people die in every storm event, because we hope the warnings and information coming is enough to get people to safety. But unfortunately, it seems like someone died, unfortunately. All right, I'll see you at whatever time it is, midnight. Yeah, I feel very sad for the people in like, is it Illinois today that had a bunch of them? Ohio, Tennessee even today. Tennessee, I hope Kathy Lynch is okay. I did send her an email and I didn't hear back, so I hope she's okay. Normally she gets back to me very quickly, and I heard nothing from her. So I know she's not in the chat. So I hope she's got power. I really hope she's okay. It's very odd for her not to be here. So we'll see. Maybe she'll show up for the late show. Anyway, I love you all. Be back at a bit later, and we'll do more true crime. I don't know what Trish is doing. Let me check. Let me see what she's up to tonight. What does it say? Lori Vallow's cousin Megan Connor. So Megan Connor's going to be on their show. Hey, you like the Daybell trial? Want to hear from Lori Vallow's cousin? Go and hang out with Trish for an hour or so and listen to that. There you go, Megan Connor. Go have fun with that. I'm not doing anything on the Daybell trial. To me, it's saturated, and there's no point me doing it. Yeah. Yeah, well, have fun. Go listen to the trial. I can't wait till the trial is sort of over and hopefully justice is served and we get some finalization on this particular case for those children and all the other victims of Lori Vallow and Chad Daybell. Good night, everyone. See you in a couple of hours.